Hey guys, welcome back to Dejene Ethiopia Tours. Today we're gonna be talking about the National Museum in Addis Ababa. So this is the National Museum of Ethiopia. This is where Lucy is and different archaeological digs, and also about the different digs and fossils and everything that we found in Ethiopia. And this is one of the main stops that you have to come to when you come and travel to Ethiopia. So welcome. And also I have two announcements for you guys. One a giveaway and another one is an announcement, so stay tuned for that. When you go to the National Museum, there's a few floors. On the ground floor, on the basement, is the Archaeological Center, where you see everything about the digging, the fossils that they found in Ethiopia. First floor has everything about the leaders of Ethiopia and then artifacts that they found from ancient history of Ethiopia. Second floor has Ethiopian art and other artifacts that are connected to Ethiopian history, but it's mainly art. And then third floor has Ethiopian tools, equipments, and then weapons, and also the dressing style of the different tribes of Ethiopia. So we're in the basement of the National Museum. So that's where we're going to talk about the archaeological digs. So first of all, we start with the time periods of the archaeological digs and what they found. So 7 million years ago is the earliest known human ancestor. And then life and death of Lucy that you'll see. And all the way to invention of writing about 5,500 years ago. Earliest modern humans is 0.2 million years ago. So from there we go through the different digs in Ethiopia that have happened in different places, discovery. Most people don't know that Ethiopia is the cradle of humanity. So that means all of humanity migrated from Ethiopia, and that's why this museum is important. It shows you why and how Ethiopia is considered to be the cradle of humanity. When we say Ethiopia is the cradle of humanity, this is what we mean. We mean that humanity started from here and migrated down to South Africa, and some also up through that way. So this migration has happened a few times, and that's where humans come from. So in this room, one of the things that we're trying to learn is through the fossils and archaeological digs and the different things being found, how Earth has evolved and how different things have come. So this kind of shows you the evolution of our land historically. So this also shows us the level of movement of the animals and stuff like that, growth wise, shrinking. Once we went from this area of the deep forest into the plain lands, that's when they got like leaner, smaller and faster and stuff like that. So this carvings on the wall, the paintings on the wall show you exact replica of their size. This also is an evolution of humanity, where we came from. So we have roots all the way down, connecting us to the different gorillas, baboons and stuff like that. And then modern humans are ancestor of that. And then we come from one similar area. This is RD, so this is said to be the paternal father. It's because his age is supposed to be 4.4 million years ago, so one of the earliest ancestors. And then this is the famous Lucy, 3.2 million years ago, so it is about a million and 0.2 difference between them. And this is the most complete fossil found in Ethiopia, so that's why it's well known. In Amharic, we have the different name for it called Dinkanesh, which means you're wonderful. This is a child that was found. They're said to be maybe about 3 years old or so, and this is from 3.3 years ago. So this is one of also the most modern, recent found, and also most complete in the world. So we saw the fossils and stuff like that. Now we're moving into an area where we look at the teeth evolvement and how the teeth of the species evolved, because from a few million years ago we started using tools in different areas. So all the way moving from Ethiopia down this way to South Africa, and then also up this way, we started moving and we started using tools of different kinds, like for example the rocks that we'll see over here. He might using them in different shapes and different styles for hunting, for cutting, for different things, mostly for hunting. And then, even more importantly, we started using stronger metals on bows and arrows and stuff like that. So this all evolved from here. These are more tools that we used, ordered specifically around Ethiopia and different areas. So this is found in Ethiopia. Teff is the Ethiopian grain. That's where we eat our injera, and it's very important to us. The false banana tree, we use 100% of it for different things, food, roots, for everything. And then the coffee, obviously, discovered in Ethiopia and enjoyed throughout the world. Let's go upstairs. So this is a room on the first floor of the museum. This is pretty much just to show the different leaders of Ethiopia, starting from Tedros, the United Ethiopia, King Johannes, and then Minik was the king that started Addis Ababa. From there, his wife was the leader for a few years. And then we go to Haile Selassie, and he was the last emperor of Ethiopia before he was deposed. And then this was his seat given to him from India, but he never actually sat on it. And then Mengistu Haile Mariam, that's a dictator that took over after. After Mengistu was Meles Zenawi, who led Ethiopia for more than 20 years. After he passed away, we had Haile Mariam Desalegn for about 4 years or so. And then Abiy Ahmed came into power, who's the current leader of Ethiopia. In this room, it's mainly about the tools and the different potteries and different symbolic stuff that we use throughout Ethiopia. So we see a lot of pots, a lot of pans, and mostly almost everything made out of clay. So you can see over here, everything is made out of rock or clay in different forms. So this is to give you a culture of how do we use it, and we still use this for our dishes. We make coffee in pots like this and the clays like this. So this is where they come from. Come to Ethiopia, one of the main things that you will very much see is the rock-queen churches carved out of solid rock. These are churches like this that are literally carved into the rocks. There's 11 of them in Lalibela, specifically one specific area, but these is in the northern part, another Tigray area, and we have a lot of more than a few hundred, like 200, 300 churches within Ethiopia that are carved out of or into or carved from rocks that are really significant. So the Lalibela churches are 800 years old. And then over here you'll see there's one that's close to Lalibela churches, but this is within a cave. So they built it inside a cave, and the whole thing is sheltered by a cave. There's actually a holy water spring that comes from the back of the church that's said to be very holy, and that's a pretty cool place to visit. So one of the kingdoms to talk about, or time periods within Ethiopia's history, is the Axumite Kingdom. The Axumite Kingdom was one of the most powerful kingdoms in the world, starting from the 1st century all the way to the 7th century when it starts to decline. But it's said to be one of the main powers in the world during the Roman, Persian, and the Chinese, and then Ethiopian Axumite Empire was the 4th most powerful nation. And from Ethiopia, we evolved to go to different places, but also we erected the stellates that you'll see throughout Ethiopia and different places as symbolism of their achievement. It's kind of like how, Egypt did the pyramids. So Ethiopia built stellates that are very amazing to move, and we don't know how they even did it. So everybody knows Queen of Shiva or Saba, and this is said to be her palace in the Axumite area in Ethiopia. So that's where this design comes in, and it's designed in the same way as it would be in Israel, because the main palace is in the middle, and then everything else is different quarters. We are on the 2nd floor of the National Museum, and this floor is for art, paintings, different artists and stuff like that from Ethiopia. That's simple as different things in Ethiopia. So, in Ethiopia, art symbolically is used to tell different stories. So this is a very important Mary with Jesus, with the angels around her, and then on this side though is Haile Selassie and his wife. As we look through the art, one of the things to understand is Ethiopia has a very distinct style of art when it comes to religious art, church art. So that's why Ethiopia has been doing art for thousands of years. So when you're looking at a painting from a religious painting and you see both the eyes and the face, that means it's a good person. If you only see one side, the kind of the profile only, that means it's a bad person. So that's a way of teaching stories in the Bible and indicating what the person was. As far as I know, this style is only done in Ethiopia and Ethiopian churches. Let me know if other countries or other churches do it the same as Ethiopia. But this over here is a very specific one. This is, if anybody knows from the Bible, this is depicting King Solomon meeting Queen of Ethiopia, Queen of Shiva, and that's their first time meeting. That's what's depicting, because from there Ethiopia's history really changes and we get King Minik I of Ethiopia, and therefore that's why Ethiopian kings are said to be descendants of King Solomon, because of that meeting, which is the story in the Bible itself. It talks about King Solomon, Queen of Sheba, so that's our queen. And then from here we go into different paintings of the different wars with the Italians, with the Portuguese. Art is a very significant art because it's painted by a laureate, highest degree in art that you can get. Actual name, his most honorable world laureate, mature artist Afar, and he did this as a unity for Africa. Like he took different symbolisms from different African countries and different African tribes and put it into this painting. So that's why it's very significant, and he donated this to the museum. So now we're going to take you through a third floor of the museum, which we talk about the different tools that we use to farm, to eat, agricultural stuff. So this would be, I'm sure as you've seen pictures that you see over there, this is where, this is how you used to plow the land for farming and irrigation and stuff like that. So ox would be tied in here and they would pull you as you dig through the ground. So these two areas are very significant in Ethiopia because this is showing how we use different tools for different stuff, from wood, ivory, different baskets made from different things. Over here is containers for food, for like transportation or keeping in the house, and mostly for transportation, and also for drinks. As you can see the horn over there, they take their drinks in that as they go. And then also baskets made out of leather, wrapped in different things. And then this one in the middle is a weight system, so that they put, made out of leather and wood, but it's easy to balance, so that's their weight system. And then we're gonna go through over here. There's gonna be different things that they use for, self-defense, wars, protection, spears, arrows, shields, and all that kind of stuff. This area, this corner of the area depicts a little bit of how, the different tribes and cultures in Ethiopia dress. So over here you get to see the necklaces and the rings and the crosses and stuff like that. But then on this side is the different clothes made out of, leather, weavery, and all kind of forms that different women and men dress in, and from different tribes of Ethiopia. So, and this is part of the day tour. I have a giveaway for anybody that comments #Ethiopia below to let me know that you want a postcard from Ethiopia. We're choosing one person to send a postcard to. We can send the postcard to you or anybody that you want, and we send it from Ethiopia, so you have the stamps and everything from Ethiopia. We are aiming to get to at least 5,000 subscribers very soon, because we want to go on a trip to Harar, a beautiful city in Ethiopia, and I want to show you guys that. But also I'm going to do something scary for me, and I'm going to be feeding the hyenas down there. So like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about that. I want to get there as soon as possible, and we do that as soon as we reach 5,000 subscribers. Please help me get there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts of coming to Ethiopia or any questions about Ethiopia, feel free to ask me below or on our website. Book now with Dejene Ethiopia Tours and be part of our extraordinary journey. Experience the vibrant culture and rich history of Addis Ababa with Dejene Ethiopia Tours. We love Ethiopia, and you will love it too.